So, environment is one of the most important sections, and uh, i- yet the easier section from where every year almost 15 to 18 questions come. Okay, and out of which around 80% of the questions are in the category of easy to moderate. Okay, whether either questions are easy or moderate. Okay, so easy and moderate together brings 80% of the 15 to 80 questions that is asked in the environment. So to cover that, we have to cover the environment current affairs. Okay, so for that matter we have uh, this program called the revision program of the current affairs, where we are going to discuss current affairs of the environment from the either Indian Express or the Hindu. Okay, so this is the cutting from the Indian Express. So what is the news? So NTCA confirms presence is Ratan Mahal Century. Now, Gujarat has regained its status as a tiger state after 33 years, with the National Tiger Conservation Authority (NTCA) confirming the presence of a tiger in Ratan Mahal Wildlife Sanctuary in central Gujarat. Now, where is Ratan Mahal Wildlife Sanctuary? So, it is in Gujarat. Okay, so please mark this and remember this, including the state in the National Tiger Census. Okay. Now, Gujarat has become the only state in India to host three big cat species, lion, tiger, and leopard, simultaneously, says government. Okay, so these two parts which we have to remember. Okay, now moving next, the most ancient Indian wolf is said to be a new species. Now, what is the news? So, scrubland and grasslands, the Indian wolf. This is the scientific name here. See, Canis lupus palipus. The cani has also been listed as vulnerable. The wolf's prescription is curious as they are not known to attack humans. Okay, Indian wolf is under schedule. So, where is the Indian wolf? It is under Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1986. Okay, so it is not tradable, non-tradable animal and restricted. Now moving next. So this is again from the Indian Express. It is about the galaxy frog. This is the galaxy frog. The scientific name of which is Melanobatrachus indicus. Now, what is the news? It's a shiny black skin is rooted with plain blue speckles resembling a clear night sky is studded with the stars. There are also dashes of orange patterns, reminiscent of luminous galaxy frogs are one of the rarest and most dazzling amphibians in the world that live exclusively under rotten rocks in the Kerala's Western Ghats. So please remember that the galaxy frog are found in the Kerala, in the Western Ghat of in the Kerala. Okay, so that is the thing we have to remember. Okay, so there are 12 slides and we are doing the third one. Okay, so that is the thing. Now, measuring according to the study, a group of seven galaxy frogs vanished are likely to be dead. Okay, after multiple photographers ascended on their habitat. Okay, so this is not very much important, but remember about the galaxy frog. Okay, and what is their protection status in India? So they are already listed as vulnerable to extinction by the IUCN International Convention for Conservation of Nature. So that much thing we have to prepare. Now, next is also taken from the Indian Express. Okay, it is about a white valley heron in Narmada Tiger in Namdapa Tiger Reserve. Okay, where Namdapa Tiger Reserve. where it is Arunachal Pradesh. Now a union what is the news, a union environment ministry expert panel has recommended environmental clearance. I am second I'm Kalai second hydropower project on Lohit River in Arunachal Pradesh, even as the environmentalist and project affected person flags glaring concerns about the presence of critically endangered white-bellied heron bird. So this is white-bellied heron bird, which is found in where? Uh, just a minute. Let me use a pointer. Okay. So it is found where? Where it is found? It is found in the Lohit River basin. Okay. Proposals of environment and impact assessment report shows. No, just let me just highlight. Yes, we can highlight. Okay, so that is the thing. So it is already highlighted. Okay, no need to use highlighter, rather we'll use pen. So that is the thing. Okay, now let us see something more about the white valley heron. Where it is? It is in Arunachal Pradesh, Lohit River Basin, or Namdapa Tiger Reserve. Schedule 1 is the highest. It is also kept in the Schedule 1 highest protection species under the Wildlife Protection Act WPA. The bird is critically endangered as per the red list of the IUCN. The bird's presence has been recorded both upstream and downstream of the Kalai second project as per independent researchers and past records of the Himachal Forest Department. Now, Namdapha Tiger Reserve said the white-bellied heron prefers free-flowing riverine habitats with low disturbance and predominantly depends on fish found in the river rapids. The white-bellied heron nesting sites in Belong and the Namda are also recorded in the June 2023 edition of the Indian Birds, a Journal of Southeastern Ornitho- Ornithology. The journal article noted the bird count has rapidly declined due to habitat loss, hunting, human disturbances, while older conservation strategy documents have also noted dams and collisions with power lines as threats. So this much we have to remember that the the white-bellied heron is found in the Namdwa Tiger Reserve, and it is in the red list of the IUCN, which means most dangerous. Most dangerous species. Okay, and it is also in the Schedule One of the Wildlife Protection Act. Okay, so this must thing we have to remember. It is found in the Lohit Basin in the Arunachal Pradesh in the Namdapa Tiger Reserve. So next, a new fund to protect tropical forest and why it is being criticized. Now let us see the news. So what is the news? Yes. In a bid to conserve the world's tropical forest, a new fund was launched at a high level on the sidelines of the COP30. So where it has been launched in the Belém, Brazil last week, known as the Tropical Forest Forever Facility. What is the name of the forest? So the name of the fund is the Tropical Forest Forever Facility (TFFE). TFF. So the name of the new fund to protect the tropical rainforest is the Tropical Forest Forever Facility. The fund aims to raise and invest. The what is the aim? So aims to raise and invest $125 billion, channeling returns to developing countries that conserve their forest. Okay, so what is the aim? It seeks to invest $125 billion, channeling returns to developing countries that conserve their forest. What is this tropical forest forever facility? Tropical forest forever facility tropical tropical forest forever facility. The TFF is an investment fund designed as permanent self-financing vehicle through which net returns will be awarded to up to 74 developing countries with tropical forests for keeping their existing old growth forest intact. The fund will look to raise 25 billion dollar from wealthy governments and philanthropists, and in addition 100 billion in private investment. Then the amount will be invested into a mixed portfolio of investment, including public and corporate market bonds, with annual returns used as reward to tropical forest nations for conserving their forest. So far, Brazil has announced a $1 billion contribution. Colombia has pitched in with 250 million. Indonesia is contributing $1 billion. The Netherlands $5 million. Norway $3 billion over a decade, and Portugal €1 million. Why has a tropical forest forever facility been lost? Economically, dead forests are more valuable than standing ones. For instance, the benefits of standing forests, such as temperature reduction and wildlife habitat, are taken for granted. Meanwhile, clearing of forest to make way for farmland is often financially incentivized. This is one of the primary causes of deforestation. The Tropical Forest Forever facility tackles this head on. The idea is to pay for the idea is to pay for conservation of the pay. The idea is to pay for the conservation of the world's major tropical forests, which provide a range of ecosystem services, including carbon storage, so as to ensure that the value they bring as a standing forest is more than what they would bring if they were to cut down. What are the concerns? One of the biggest concerns uh, about with the TFF is that it is too vulnerable to volatility of financial market. This is because it plans to invest in bonds in developing nations that have historically been prone to fluctuation. Market crash such as the one that occurred during the COVID-19 pandemic or 2008-2009 financial crisis would preclude the TFF from making its payments. That is because the TFF is not of financially part of UN FCCC and is not subject to the same responsibility that govern the UN climate negotiations, where the onus falls on the developed countries. Now, this must we have to remember that a new fund has been announced in the Belém, Brazil, according to which 125 billion investment is is to be generated, and so out of 125 billion investment, uh, 25 billion will be from wealthy governments and philanthropists, and 100 billion from 100 billion from private investment. Okay, so that is the thing. It was announced in the Brazil Vellum, okay, COP 13 climate summit. Now next, uh, here corner left corner panel seeks to higher protection for races MACU under Wildlife Act. Now, what is the news? The Standing Committee of the National Board for Wildlife, Standing Committee of the National Board for Wildlife, chaired by Union Environment Ministry Bhupendra Yadav, has recommended reinstating rhesus macaque species of monkeys. Rhesus macaque species of monkey under Schedule 2 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 to restore statutory protection, enforcement against illegal capture, cruelty, and to regulate its scientific management. The panel's recommendation came on the back of the internal deliberations and views from states where the simian species is well distributed. So not very much important. Wildlife. Now let's see this. Wildlife vote panel clears 12 key defense projects in Ladakh. The Standing Committee of National Board for Food Wildlife has recommended approval for 12 kg defense projects in Ladakh, of which Defense Ministry has said some are necessary for high level of the operational preparedness in the context of increasing assertiveness of People Liberation Army PLA. The panel is chaired by the, so let's just skip this, not very much important. Now third home for cheetahs coming, but there is a challenge. 25 tigers there. What is news when Madhya Pradesh Wildlife Officer introduced cheetahs to Kuno National Park and Gandhi Sagar? They began with a blank slate as the state government prepares the state's largest wildlife sanctuary in Naura Dehi as the third home of cheetahs. Naura Dehi is where so Naura Dehi as the third home of it is in the Madhya Pradesh. It is the third home of cheetah. The fastest big cats on the planet will, for the first time, have to compete with an apex predator. Spread across the Sagar, Damoh, and Narsimhpur district, the sanctuary visits the top, the upper. They are in that sidelines. So remember about the Naura Dehi, okay, Dehi, sorry. So this much we have to cover. What are the challenges with the high CSTT? Challenges with the high CSTT. This becomes very important. Principle of common heritage of humankind. So, ICS treaty was ratified by over 60 countries in September. It will now be enforced in January 20. This there may be a question in this prelims from this topic. Okay, it is very important. The High Seas Treaty was ratified by over 60 countries in September. It will now be enforced in January 2026. The treaty was now what is the treaty about? The Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction (BBN) agreement, as the High Seas Treaty is formally refer to BBN Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction Agreement, refer to creates an all-inclusive framework to govern, manage common marine biodiversity. It identifies marine generic resources as the common heritage of humankind, insisting a fair and equitable sharing of benefits. We cite the area-based management tools. ABMTS include marine protected areas that can be recognized to protect biodiversity. This will help in improving climate resilience and provide food security, combining science and indigenous knowledge. The treaty also entails environmental impact assessment (EIA) for events potentially affecting these areas, especially when cumulative transboundary impacts are taken into account. What are the major issues? First is the no, this much not required. Okay, so just we need to have a certain information about biodiversity beyond national jurisdiction, as the High Seas Treaty is formally referred to the is formally referred to creates an inclusive framework to govern and manage common marine biodiversity. Common heritage principle supports equitable access and benefit sharing of marine resources for all. Developing nations were concerned that they would be excluded from the profits of scientific discoveries from the high seas. Next, let me check how much slides are left. So four are left, two only. Okay, that's good. So just 5 minutes more. Now it is about cloud seeding. Okay, Cessna 2002. Cessna. One, just 1 second. So a Cessna 206 aircraft on Tuesday conducted cloud seeding trials to induce artificial rain as the capital recorded an AQI of 294 in the poor category. Now, what is it? Now, what is cloud seeding? Cloud seeding is a weather modification intervention that aims to artificially alter the amount or type of precipitation. Objective is to induce or increase rain or snow which the Delhi government hopes will help reduce air pollution. Chemical seed particles are used to modify clouds. The seeds act as cloud condensation nuclei around which water vapor condenses. When droplets have grown large enough, they fall as rain. The technique the technique is about 75 years old. Different methods are used for different cloud-based temperatures. Particles are released below the base of cumulus clouds that have warm base temperature above 0 degrees, while cold clouds are top-seated hydrographic and glaciers leading respectively. Commonly used cloud seeding agents are sodium. Okay, sodium is there. Cloud seeding agents are sodium, potassium, calcium, and iodide of silver. The process we understood not much important. Uh, Pyrochemical material together with a burning agent are composed inside tube. Okay, so this is the thing. Let's why. So now expensive Western Ghats and national parks in India. Uh, the expensive Western Ghats and two national parks in India, Subsumanas National Park and West Bengal Sundarbans, have been categorized as being significant concern in IUCN list of natural heritage sites across Asia. The IUCN World Heritage Outlook for reporting. So Manas and Sundarban has been categorized as the significant concern under IUCN. Okay, so these are the things for the prelims. I hope now one more video is remained. Why do elephant? Okay, so the news is that for the first time DNA sampling. Sorry, uh, for to protect the elephant for the first time, CCTV cameras and radar system has been used. Not, I think not so. See, see, see. Sorry, sorry. I should read first. What is there? Okay, I'm not aware about that. So this is not very much important. Thank you. So this was the first part. Okay, we'll come with another part as well. So this is the first part. Thank you.